So when it comes to teams that could win 2 games this year, I do think Houston is the Houston Texans are a team that we have no idea what's going to happen with Houston. They could win 2 games. I don't think that. I mean, I don't think 500 is even a ceiling for these guys this year. Davis Mills, year 2 Davis Mills, who we all agreed when we went over the quarterback list, he made noise. He had bright spots. You don't know. We don't know what he's going to get. He could definitely be better than a lot of people are thinking. They got Dameon Pierce.
If he gets injured this season, the Texans may not win a game this year.
If Davis Mills goes down,
Kyle Allen and Jeff Driscoll are your fucking backup.
We might. They are definitely going out. I mean, they might as well just go get Colin Kaepernick. Get the people back on their side.
They may be the first 0-17 team if Davis Mills fucking goes down in this season.
Why not Jimmy G?
Rough, dude.
Yeah, maybe Jimmy G ends up there.
I mean, I'm sure he would. Yeah, they could.
Is there a favorite for Jimmy G right now? Like the Giants?
I don't know. Well, today, they came out and said they're rolling. Trey Lance is the quarterback. They're rolling with the team. So
they had a sit-down meeting with Jimmy.
He literally said Jimmy G would have been traded if not for the injury, is what Shanahan said today.
Okay, Kyle.
So Trey Lance is taking first team reps?
He said, he goes, Trey, this is Trey Lance's team. We made that decision last year, were his exact words.
Yep.
Damn.
So
iffy.
Yeah. So then he said if it weren't for Jimmy G's injury, he would have been moved already.
God, dude, I almost feel for Jimmy G.
Yeah, so they basically they ripped the Band-Aid off today.
He's gonna cry. He's gonna cry into the arms of a fucking woman that I would pay $100 just to smell fucking her hand.
I'd let her sweat on me. I would let her. He's like, oh god. He's like just dapping her up with her blonde hair. His life in his tears. But this is a team that they're pretty terrible all around, honestly. Like they're not good. Dameon Pierce, I do think I think he is somebody that you could maybe watch this year. I think he was the
number 1 rusher in the SEC last season.
I think he probably steps into the best situation. I think he they're Marlon Mack and Rex Burkhead and Dari Ogunbowale and Royce Freeman are his competition. I think Dameon Pierce, if this team is in the rebuild stage, I think this is where Dameon Pierce probably walks in there, immediately takes first team reps, probably is going to get the most opportunities. But then you got Brandon Cooks, who, I feel like people continue every year to kind of put him down, but he is
sleep on him.
You can't get more consistent than Brandon Cooks.
You know what he's going to do this year? Quietly turn out a top 12 wide receiver.
Yeah, he will put 1,000 yards up most likely.
Again,
he will again.
And you know where he'll get.
All right.
And you know where he'll get drafted in single season leagues, like round 8, 7.
Yeah, he will totally forget about him.
The disrespect.
And even more so now because John Mechie was supposed to be.
We got to pour one out for him.
A decent, he's at least been a nice piece for this offense. John Mechie coming out of Bama, I really enjoyed watching him at Bama. Great receiver, thin guy, a lot of speed. Diagnosed with leukemia this week, so he is basically out for the rest of the year.
Hopefully he James Connors that leukemia and fucking makes it his bitch.
Thankfully, it's the most curable form of leukemia, from what I understand. So
I think it's the same type he had, James Conner had.
So let's hope that he gets that taken care of and he comes back year 2 strong. But when it comes to football standards, you got to think that just puts probably more targets towards Brandon Cooks. I mean, you got Chris Conley and Phillip Dorsett. But, who cares?
Nico Collins is a really good second-year player, too. He had flashes last year of being a good player. I think kind of just the limit of the quarterback and the team around him kind of limited his upside. But Nico Collins is somebody I would definitely look at to make a stride and kind of build on. And it could be a very serviceable long-term wide receiver for the Texans, I think. So
agreed. Yeah,
but their defense is also why they're probably not going to win a lot of games either. Not a lot of.
They lose the tackle machine to the Titans.
Yeah, Cunningham's gone, and they've also. They've traded away a lot of their defense. Obviously,
losing Cunningham to the division's got to hurt a little bit.
And then they don't have J.J. Watt. Obviously, that's been a long time, and
still got Christian Kirksey. That's probably the only.
Yeah, he's middle of the road.
To me. No doubt, but
Always a Kirksey guy though.
Mm-hmm.
Dog
dog
pound.
pound, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Dog check.
But
Petra is decent, but I mean, this team's going to
Oh,
get
Desmond King's nice.
a lot of people throwing on them, a lot of people being able to tear up that defense.
yeah, Davis
and
Mills
is-
is going to have a
and
lot of
are they-
opportunities.
Let's find some wins. Anybody
Yeah,
find
Davis
any
Mills
wins
is going to
here?
be playing in a lot of game plans.
Week 3.
Negative.
They're going to beat the
game
they're going to
scripts.
beat the Bears in Soldier Field.
Okay, I think I can agree with that.
So they have 1 win going into bye. They're 1-5. They're 1-4.
It's an early bye, okay?
Or no, 1-4, right? 1, 2,
Yeah, 1 and
4.
4.
Yeah, 1-4 going into the bye.
Who they got week 17? Oh, the Colts.
Jackson.
That would be perfect if the Colts had their fucking season on the line. They got to win to get into the playoffs 2 years in a row.
And they just
They go-
flatline Matt Ryan.
Davis Mills put up 440 and fucking 8 touchdowns.
I'm still hung up. 6 years they have not beat. Is that real?
So wait,
Yeah.
who is that? Is it Matt Ryan hasn't or
The
team?
Indianapolis
The
Colts have
hasn't.
not beaten the Jacksonville Jaguars at home, the Jags at home in 6 years. Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? That's,
That's
so
bad.
terrible.
Dude,
I mean,
I'm
I guess
looking
a
at
couple of
4
those
wins.
years. Yeah, a couple
So
of
who
those
do
years
you-
they would have had
okay.
a good defense, right?
So let me guess who your 4. So the 4 wins that Stewart is looking at here are obviously week. I think we said go back up a little bit. So we're gonna beat the Bears.
I bet he
We're
said
gonna
he
beat the
took one from
Giants.
Jacksonville.
We're gonna
Beat the
maybe
Giants.
beat the Commanders. We're gonna. I think we put the Commanders on there. And then one of the Jacksonville.
Guys, I take
games.
that back. I was completely wrong about that stat. The Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014, even longer.
Oh, it's
Even
8
holy
years.
fuck.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's
You
fucked
said it's
up.
completely wrong. And I was like, okay, that sounds better. But then you went longer, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, no, they haven't won there since 2014. I apologize. Not
Yeah,
2016.
8 years.
that's a rough squad. This is gonna be a rough year for Houston. I
Yeah.
definitely think so.
That one of those wins is gonna be against Dallas because they're playing Dallas at home.
I like that.
Mm.
I think they could beat Dallas. Dallas sucks. Dallas
Sucks at home.
Dallas sucks at home. The only thing they had my boy Micah Parsons on defense, who is going to be Defensive Player of the Year, not Jeffrey Simmons. You missed that hot take earlier. Jack said while going because you missed the Titans. You came in while we were in Colts. Jack says that his opinion is that Jeffrey Simmons right now is better than Aaron Donald currently.
That's exactly.
That is such a hot fucking take, though. It's so.
I like it. I respect the shit out of it.
It's so fucking ballsy that I'll respect it, but I won't agree on it. But
Yeah.
This guy just
fucking nightmare. He's
this
a
guy
game
just
record.
sacked-
Dude. Watch his
Bro.
all 24, bro.
he was triple
Aaron
teamed in the
Donald
Super
is
Bowl.
the
22, I mean.
nightmare.
True.
Yeah, dude. No,
Still,